How are the lads, and welcome back to the iJordy YouTube channel. Now this one's going to be slightly different to the normal Warzone gameplay that we post, because this one's about TikTok editing. Now as you guys know, I post daily over iJordy on TikTok as well, and I get a lot of people asking about how I edit my footage together. Now I want to help you go from the raw footage like this to something that looks like this, and I'm going to give you the easiest step-by-step tutorial about how to do this. All you have to do is follow the video and follow exactly what I do click for click, and once you've done it a couple of times, it's honestly the easiest thing and it becomes second nature. Now the program I use is DAVINCI Resolve. It's a free option and in my opinion the best one to use. So what you're going to do first is download that. Now before we even start on DAVINCI Resolve, there's a problem that we need to overcome for some people. So a lot of you might have your raw footage straight from Twitch, clipped from Twitch, but for me personally a lot of my footage comes straight from Stream Elements, straight from a recording. Now then, when I do this recording straight from Stream Elements, it's recorded as an MKV file. Now DAVINCI Resolve needs you to use an MP4 file, so what you need to do is go onto Stream Elements, go to File, go to Remux Recordings, and put this MKV file into there and remux it. That'll change it into an MP4 file which is compatible for DAVINCI Resolve. Now that you have your footage available in an MP4 format, you want to jump onto DAVINCI Resolve. Make sure that the media pool and the effects library are also open down the side. It makes things a lot easier. So you want to find the raw footage that you want to use on your computer, and you want to drag it over into this media pool. Sometimes it'll give the option to change the frame rate I believe, but just click change, that's alright. So now that you've got your raw footage in the media pool, you want to drag it over down onto the timeline. But as you can see on TikTok, they're portrait videos, not landscape. So what you want to do is go up into File in the top and go to Project Settings. Here you're going to change the timeline resolution from 1920 by 1080 to 1080 by 1920. And click Save down at the bottom. This is going to turn it into the right resolution for TikTok. But as you can see, the raw footage now doesn't fit the screen properly. Now this is where the work properly starts. You want to click on the raw footage tab at the bottom here, and click Ctrl and C to copy it. You also need to make sure that you have the Inspector tab open down the right hand side. So when you've got this first bit of footage selected, go over to the Inspector tab, go to Zoom, and zoom in until it fills the whole screen. I find that 3.15 zoom usually works perfectly. Then, down in the bottom left, you want to go to the Open FX tab and go over to Gaussian Blur. You then want to drag Gaussian Blur over onto the raw footage. Go back over to the Inspector tab in the top right, click Effects, and then make it as blurry as you want. I usually find that 0.6 works quite well. After this, we need to add the proper gameplay. Go back down to the timeline and click Ctrl and V to paste the next footage. This is the exact same footage as the first, but the first one's used as a blurry background and the second one's used as the actual gameplay you see properly. You want to drag this on top of the other footage, but you also need to leave space for your face cam at the top. So go to the Y position and drag it down until there's enough space for your face cam at the top. I usually find that -315Y is the best. And that's it for that one. Now, you want to go back down to the timeline again and click Ctrl and V again, pasting the raw footage for the third time. This one's for your facecam overlay. Now drag this third one on top of the other two again, and go over to the square looking tab in the middle. Click the drop down and go to crop instead. And what you want to do is crop it down until it's only a facecam. Now this needs to fit the screen properly, so you're going to have to change the zoom and the X and Y positions. For me, what works perfectly is a zoom of 4.23, an X position of -1711, and a Y position of 410. You then need to crop it down again so it looks aesthetically pleasing. But obviously everyone's overlays are different. These are just the numbers that fit the best for mine. And it's as easy as that. You've now gone from raw footage that didn't fit the screen properly to a more professional looking TikTok that's more aesthetically pleasing. Now some other great tips that I can give you when using DAVINCI Resolve is, if you need to undo, do Ctrl and Z. That's a lifesaver because I never knew how to do it. And if you wanted to zoom in on the clips on the timeline, you hold Alt and scroll in or out with your mouse wheel. And that's it guys, all you have to do is follow that click by click, and after doing it a few times it just comes completely naturally and you'll remember all the numbers that you need.